Alright, we're back for round one. We won the die roll. Our deck is so slow, and a lot of people have been saying they think drawing is actually correct in this format, especially if your deck is slow and control-y. So we will draw. I guess if you play 7 islands, you just can't draw one. We're going to keep this anyway. It's fine. And unexciting. Hey, a blue deck. Shocking, shocking, shocking. Hey, blue-red deck. Alright, well, we'll just trot out a Dragon Hatchling. I mean, the Seacoast Drake blocks pretty much everything we have effectively, so it's always nice when the 2-drop can completely shut you down. Apparently, if you run 10-7, you will literally not draw a single island, just 10 straight mountains. We're not going to play around any kind of essence scatters or anything like that. I mean, they're out there for sure. We didn't even see any. So, yeah, they're out there. This guy might have even been to our right. I didn't really... One thing I like about this, the beta, is you can see who's passing to you, but I didn't actually pay any attention, so I don't actually know where this guy was sitting compared to us. But I do like that you can see where you're at the table. But again, if you don't pay attention, doesn't really matter, I suppose. Alright, well, we'll just wait, I guess. Okie dokie, and we are back. I did notice that on this particular program there does get weird little glitches like this. So, yeah. Okie dokie. So the question is whether you just want to attack here and have Thunderstrike open, or to keep pressure on. I mean, there's probably could be a Sea Kite of the Nephalia variety. But since I have nothing else to do, I mean, I could just attack with the Dragon Hatchling also, but I think I'll just attack with both here. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna attack with both here. Could be right, that could be wrong. It could be neither right nor wrong, but it's probably either right or wrong. I mean, if he's got a Sea Kite, then he either blocks with it and it trades, or he doesn't and it doesn't. I would trade a Sea Kite for the Firecat, and I would trade my Dragon Hatchling for the Seacoast Drake. If he plays a Sea Kite and blocks, I'll probably... we'll see. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't want to Thunderstrike to keep this guy alive and just lose this guy for no reason, so if I have to trade 2 for 2, I probably would be willing to do that, although I'm going to need an island sooner or later to play, you know, anything else in my hand. I guess he's going to tank here, so we'll just pause for a sec. Okay, we're back. He has, I guess, decided to block the Regathan Firecat, so let's see what happens here. Chandra's Outrage or something? Volcanic Geyser. Okay. suppose that's good to get out of his hand. Alright. That's not great. That's pretty good, though. I think I'd probably just rather keep that guy out there for now. I don't think there's any reason to trade off. He could have an Essence Scatter here, looks like it, but again, not really going to be playing around that for a Warden of Evos Isle or something of that nature. Alright, that is a Condor who has been trained. I would assume to carry dudes into combat. At least that would be the flavor, I think. Yeah, I think just play Seacoast and pass here. Not really any reason to swing in or anything, so I would say we're behind, being that we have 2 cards which aren't very good and he has 5 of them. But the game has gone slowly. We did not get trampled. Alright, there's the not scary armored Kinkrix I was talking about earlier. This is an interesting one. Could play the Goblin Shortcutter and then make it so that the Seacoast Drake can't block and swing with the Dragon Hatchling, and then he either blocks with the Condor or takes lots of damage. And if he wants to trade it for the Hatchling, then I think that's okay as well. I think that's what I'm going to do. Although maybe I'd rather have... Assuming he does block with the other one, which one would I rather have dead? I think I'd rather have the Seacoast Drake dead, actually. Because it makes things much more difficult for me. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. And if he wants to trade for the Seacoast Drake, I'm okay with that. Yep, that's fine by me. I mean, the Dragon Hatchling is not going to be getting through for a lot of damage anytime soon. The Hatchling, I mean. Yeah, it's kind of cool with my other dragon if I draw it, but dealing the extra point of damage doesn't seem super relevant at the moment. Alright. Lots of divinations going on over there. It's pretty bad for Team Us. That's not what I want to draw. Might as well play it out though, I guess. And yeah, nothing else we can really do here, so... He probably has an Essence Scatter or something now. 2 divinations deep, 5 cards in hand. Okie dokie. So he thought that card was good enough to run, I suppose. I guess at this current state it's okay-ish. There could be a negate coming here. Yep. Alright. So I guess, yeah, I'll just be taking 3. That's fine. Still at 19, but this guy could become a problem eventually. Definitely don't have a lot of red creatures. Alrighty, there's a clone. That's pretty good. A Cyclops Tyrant? Alright, well, that could become problematic for sure. Probably Frost Breath that on his turn if we don't draw anything decent here. That's definitely decent, but probably just still play a Frost Breath on his turn. I mean, I could double block, I could block and ping one. That's not terrible, but I think the defensive Frost Breath is what we're going to be going with. He has about emptied his hand, so that's something. Alrighty. So that'll probably target a Pitch Burn Devils, I would imagine. Indeed it does. So we will Frost Breath those guys for the time being. That will buy us a turn or something. Still not really able to do a whole lot. So we will just pass back. Kind of need a 4/4 dragon or some such. That would be probably about ideal. Alright, well, Dragon Egg isn't terrible. We probably need this to resolve, so yeah, if he wanted to try to cancel that or something, we probably would have had to counter it back. But, yeah, that'll be not amazing again. I mean, he can just trade a Condor for the dragon, but it can trade with one of these guys, and it could be worse. At least we got something going. I would say things still definitely do not look like they're in our favor, but his deck didn't turn out as strong as I thought it might be to begin with so far, in that he's playing... Well, I like Clone, but Cyclops Tyrant is eh. Armored King Crix I'm not a huge fan of. I mean, his 5-drop can't get past our 2-drop, so, you know, that kind of tells you the power of that card, in my opinion. So, here they come. So we're definitely blocking with a Dragon Egg on one of them, and then the question is, do we want to double block on the other one? Actually, I mean, there'd be no reason to double block. I guess you would just single block and then kill it with the Pitch Burn Devils. And I think we're at 16. I think... I think maybe that's worth doing, and we'll just trade our Pitch Burn Devils for one of these Cyclops Tyrants. Sadly, we might need to cancel that because we really don't have any. We don't have anything that can really deal with a 3/3 at the moment. I hate canceling a 3/3 but we can't really. That guy can just kind of attack into us too easily. All right, Sea Kite isn't bad. In fact, Sea Kite's pretty good. So we'll just hold our dragon because we don't want to trade it right now, and we'll flash in a Sea Kite at the end of the turn here. The other option is we could actually trade our guys for the Cyclops Tyrant if we really want to, but he does get both our guys, including a dragon, which isn't amazing. It does keep us alive. We are at 16 though. We haven't seen his whole deck, obviously. It looks to me like he's got the double divination and some negates and things and a volcanic geyser. Overall, it feels like maybe our deck has more power at the top end, but we haven't really drawn any of it. So, I mean, we draw our big dragon or our couple messenger drakes and our awaken the ancient. I mean, we're in business if we draw one of our guys. So we're probably taking 3 here. That's probably going to target a dragon. Sure, that's fine. I don't really think I wanted to trade that off anyway, but it makes that decision pretty easy. Alright. I guess his thinking is now he can attack with lots of things. Let's see what the plan is. I mean, he could have some sort of Thunderstrike or something. My guess is he's just going to make his Shortcutter fly, maybe the Cankrex fly. So we're going to take some damage here. Alright, he's going to make his Cyclops Tyrant fly. I'd say that's an interesting choice. But okay. So we're probably going to just block the Trained Condor here, because that's actually a good thing to clear the board so our dragon can kind of swing in pretty powerfully, assuming he stays alive. The Seacoast Drake won't get it. So the Seacoast Drake will take, or the Sea Kite will block there. The Goblin Shortcutter will block here, and we'll take 5. Yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, we're definitely looking at some attacks, and probably need to keep the Sea Kite back in case we need to block. Also, the Warden, we probably need to keep both those guys back, but we will swing in with this dragon, who should either... It pretty much has to be blocked by this Seacoast Drake, unless he's got some sort of way to put it back in hand. He can't really take 9. I mean, he could take 9, but... Alright, well... I mean, there's no reason not to do this. I have 0 cards in hand, so... I mean, he's got a Disperse, probably. Although, if he did have a Disperse, he probably would have played it last turn. So, maybe he's just taking lots of damage. Yeah, he just took 9. Alright, I'm not really sure about that, but... here, we're definitely taking this 3. And if that's all we're taking, that's not too terrible. Apparently, there's a giant volcanic geyser to the face. Alright, well, I guess there's a giant volcanic geyser to the face. So... that was not that exciting. And apparently... Alright, well, we weren't going to draw any of our cards. It doesn't look like anything in here is too amazing. I mean, the Dragon Hatchling was actually pretty not good. I guess it trades with Ag-Eye. But, yeah, deck's not that amazing. And, yeah, that's really all there is to it. The deck's not that amazing. So, I don't think... Is there anything particularly bad in here? Doesn't really look like there's anything particularly bad. We didn't draw any of those cards except for the Pitchburn Devils, so I mean, I would say we drew pretty poorly. And Shortcutter's not good, Hatchling is not good, but none of this other stuff is particularly good either, so I think all things considered it's probably the best way to go with it. We'll see if we can do a little better game 2. And if not, we gave it the old college try, I suppose. But it does seem like everyone drafts blue in this format, and it's hard to tell if blue's open unless you get past an opportunity, pick 4 or 5 or something silly, because all the blue cards are good. There's, like, the Kingkrix is maybe the worst blue card. I don't know, Sensory Deprivation's good, Essence Scatter, Negate. I mean, all the blue commons are good, all the blue uncommons are good, except for, like, Tome Scour. Like, there's, like, maybe 3 bad blue cards in the set. So it's hard to tell when blue's open or not. It's so overpowered, it seems like you can splash it, you can force it, and it can at least be your splash color if it's not open. So everyone plays blue. That's where you see white being pretty open, but that's, in my opinion, it's pretty hard to play white unless you're past, 3 pacifisms, Sarah Angel, Masters of Diversion, and Banisher Priests and things like that. Like, white has to be not only open, but there has to be good cards and uncommons and things for it to be good. But anyway, I guess we're waiting, so I'll pause. Alright, so we're back for game 2, and again we will draw. Alright, that seems better. So let's see what happens. Alright, we're just going to trot out the Goblin Shortcutter, see if we can't get some damage in. Not really too worried about making guys unable to block, so... one of his at least 2 divinations. Yeah, nothing we can play this turn, so we will just get in there. Now would be a sweet time to have divination ourselves. Okay. That is a card that is worth shocking. And we will flash a Sea Kite in there. Things are at least looking better, and we got a Messenger Drake or a Pitchburn Devils next turn, which would be a Messenger Drake in this case, almost certainly. Okie dokie. So let's get on in there. We will take 2 from that Kingkrix. Not worried about that. Apparently we are the beatdown. Should have been playing first the whole time. If he attacks here, I'll probably just take it. I mean, I could double block, and if he has no trick, you just lose a Shortcutter for a Kingkrix, which isn't bad, but I mean, he's got at least 2 Volcanic Geysers. Alright, there's a clone of probably a Messenger Drake. Yep. We will swing our Messenger Drake into his Messenger Drake. Alright, it means he's probably got plans for that Messenger Drake, or he just figures that it's holding back my Sea Kite, which it is. I got options here. The Water Servant is the best. Let's see, what can we make him? 4-3, 5-2, yeah, so it doesn't even get through the Armored Kingkrix at this point. So that's not going to do a whole lot. So it's Pitchburn Devils, which also doesn't do a whole lot, or the Dragon Hatchling, which he has to block. So I think, even though it's a very poor use of the mana, it's Dragon Hatchling, because if he doesn't have another flyer, and I swing with the Messenger Drake and the Dragon Hatchling, he's going to have to block something, or take lots of damage. He had some flyers in there, so he very well could just drop a flyer here, but based on the board position, I think the Dragon Hatchling was the right play. Alright, so that's why he didn't want to block with the Messenger Drake. I guess actually we still can't even attack with this Dragon Hatchling unless we draw a mountain. Ugh. Mana and Magic's so fucked up. I mean, we play 10-7, the first game we can't draw an island for about 9 turns, and now we can't draw a third mountain. So, the options are pretty much play Water Servant or Pitchburn Devils. I don't know that it matters too much. I mean, he can just block this guy with the Kinkrix, so it doesn't do a ton for us at the moment. It does give some good blocking, I guess. And he does have 4 mana. Didn't see an Essence Scatter, just a negate, but I think I'm gonna run out the Pitchburn Devils. Pitchburn Devils do a better job against his various tough ground guys. Plus, by using our red mana, it makes it so that if we draw a mountain, we can either play Awaken the Ancient or Dragon Hatchling. He's probably got Negate in his hand because he's got 4 cards in his hand, and he seems to be holding up that kind of stuff. So he's going to draw Divination every game, both of them. We're not going to draw any of them, but, you know, what are you going to do? Okay, so now we can attack with the Dragon Hatchling, although if he plays like a counter spell on it, we just throw away a Dragon Hatchling for nothing, which isn't amazing, but what else are we going to do? Nothing is the answer at the moment. And if he's going to negate a Thunderstrike and trade it for a Dragon Hatchling, like, I guess that's okay. If we get rid of the Dragon Hatch or the Messenger Drake, I mean, the Sea Kite can go in, or we just play it a little more cautiously and play the Water Servant. Actually, I think that's probably the better play. Just play a little more cautiously, play the Water Servant here. That is a pretty terrible card. So he's playing pretty terrible cards. But, you know, what are you going to do? There's not really much... I mean, I guess I could attack with these guys, but there's not really any compelling reason to do so. So, let's see what happens. Alright. Sure, give me all the triple red cards when I cannot draw a third mountain. That's about right. I mean, he's probably holding up all kinds of counter spells. I mean, he's got cards in hand and mana to burn, so... He may just be completely flooded out also. All right. So we'll just keep passing here. Yeah, that's pretty much all we can do at the moment. we draw a mountain, I'll probably just swing with the Dragon Hatchling and see if he's got some sort of trick to do over here. It's a big if, since it is impossible to draw a mountain. Apparently. He can draw nothing but lands. I can draw nothing but islands. Don't really want to attack with the Fire Cat. I mean, I don't want to use the Thunder Strike right now. So he floods and I can't draw a mountain. A battle of epic proportions going on right here. Possibly a runner-up for best game of Magic ever. I'll leave that up to you to decide. Maybe a divination will get us a mountain. Nope, it won't get us a mountain. But maybe a wild guess will get us a mountain. Oh, hooray! Mountain! Look at that. Never a doubt. Okay, so next turn, we're going to attack with a Dragon Hatchling and see if we can't just trade it off with the Messenger Drake. I doubt that, but we'll see what happens. He's probably waiting till he can play double Volcanic Geyser and hit me for 20, because that's looking like a pretty real possibility at the moment, unfortunately. If he will trade the Dragon Hatchling, I will just play a Messenger Drake. He's not sure what he wants to do tapping-wise. Okay, so now we got a tough question as to whether we want to pump it and then just play a Messenger Drake, or what we want to do here. I think that's probably not the best play, actually. He could have counterspells sitting up there, but I think... Oh, okay, so there you go. We are going to pump it to go for a trade here. I guess I probably should do it one at a time in case he has some sort of response, but... Alright, so that's fine. Alright, so that's not too surprising, but we get something out of his hand, and we'll play a Messenger Drake anyway. And if he wants to counter that, we've got other stuff now. Now we've got stuff. We probably should try to play quicker, too, in case we do win this game. We don't want to lose the time. I am a notoriously slow player, but he's been playing pretty slow also. I've had to chase my dogs a couple times, so there's been a couple pauses in here. I mean, he can hit me with 9... he can hit me for 12 with the Geyser right now, so if he has double Geyser, I just lose. Okay. Now we are getting a little bit more in business. So let's see what happens when we swing with a Messenger Drake. If he blocks, I may just play Thunder Strike and then follow that up with Possibly Awaken the Ancient. I mean, he's got to have Negate in his hand, probably, since we know he has Negate. So he's probably got Negate, so maybe we should follow it up with Scourge, and if he's got Essence Scatter, he's got Essence Scatter. But we know he's got Negate in the deck. So it's probably better to play around that, I would think. Okay. So he did not want to lose that guy. Let's see what happens. This could very well get countered if he's gotten some sort of Cancel or Essence Scatter, but we haven't seen either of those cards. We have seen Negate. Okay. So we are dealing 1 damage, I believe is the answer, right? Yeah, 1 damage. So we'll just face it. And yeah. Say go. We might be able to swing for lethal next turn if nothing happens. Let's see. He can block 2 guys, so he blocks a 4. He blocks here. He blocks here, and he takes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think he's looking down lethal next turn. He might have been looking down lethal this turn, but he's obviously got some stuff in hand. But next turn, we could also try and Awaken the Ancient next turn. I don't know if that's smart or not. And if he goes double Volcanic Geyser to the face, we lose. But that was going to be a loss no matter what. So that would be a bummer. That would be sad face. But yeah, we will see. I will pause, I guess. He might time out. Oh, no, he's going to go now. If he goes double Volcanic Geyser to the face, I'm going to be not very happy. Clearly there's 1 coming. This is what this is. Maybe it's a Hail Mary, 1 to the face, hope I draw 1. Hold up Negate, I guess? Yeah, we'll see. Alright, so he's still thinking. He will time out probably if he doesn't go double Geyser to the face for the win. And if he has 2 of them in his hand, which he may or may not, but if he does, that's a pretty douchey thing to do. I guess he could be playing around Cancel. I mean, I'm holding up Cancel. I showed a Cancel last game. In fact, I would be pretty happy to have a Cancel in my hand right now, but I do not. And, yeah. That must be what he's thinking about. But if he has double Geyser, we just lose. That's pretty much all there is to that one. Alright, okay, there's 1. If he's got another one, it's just game over. Okay. He might have it and just be testing the waters here. Okay, we drew Frost Breath. I think I'm going to try to Frost Breath the 2 air guys, and if that works, we should be able to get in for the win. And if he has a Negate, we're probably going to see it right here. Okay, I still think that means if he blocks our 4, our 3, our 4, and our 3, we still get in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a Thunderstrike for 7. So I think, unless he has a oh, he's out of cards, so I think we just win. Yeah, I think we just win. Unless my math is bad, running out of time. I'm pretty sure he blocks them all, and then I Thunderstrike for +2/+0, and that's enough to win. If he blocks 7, 7, I deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that should do it. And if he blocks that way, I for sure win. So, I will at least make him think about it. So he'll probably run out of time. We're probably going to win this game, and then we're just going to play faster than him. Blocking like that just makes him lose. 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. I guess. Three, 4, 5, 6, yeah. So I just put Thunderstrike on a guy and win. And the longer he thinks about it, the better off we are, I guess. Winning by time isn't my favorite way to win, but I prefer winning by time to losing, really anyway. So I could have also just played the Awaken the Ancient, but this is a for sure win, so. So he's got 155 to try to get there. I will say too, I've noticed this is the first time I'm recording on the beta program, and it seems to take up more space unless I'm just playing way slower than usual, which I don't think is true because I always play really slow. But I've had to stop it several times because it keeps saying the file's too big. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Seismic Stomp does nothing since he's got a deck full of flyers. So I think we're just going to try to play fast. That's all there is to it. I think we went on time, so. He could win in under 2 minutes, but it's pretty tough. In fact, maybe I should have put in like Coral Merfolk or something. I probably should have actually sideboarded in like Coral Merfolk so that I have a little bit of an early game defender. But he didn't really seem to have too many ground guys. That Marauding Maulhorn could be a problem, I suppose. But we will play as quick as possible, see what happens. Alright, here we are. This is a questionable hand. He mulliganed to 6. I'm going to keep it. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I'm definitely going to have to draw a land. Alright, there's one. I will take 2 from the Coral Merfolk at this time. And I will shock a Regathan Firecat. Alright, so now we're looking like we're probably going to win by time. Alright, that's not great, but we will just trade it off. And we will drop a Sea Kite. Alright, that's not great, but alright, so we're looking pretty okay now, I think. Again, we're just gonna pass and let him try to win in a minute. That's not looking super good. Alright, well I meant to play that Sea Kite, but I guess that's okay. Yeah, and we're really just playing defense. We're not even trying to win this game. We're just waiting to not. We're gonna not lose in under a minute. Is basically the plan. So. I mean, it seems possible he could win in that amount of time, but it doesn't seem very probable. Double Volcanic Geyser doesn't even get there, plus he already used one, so... yeah, so we're in pretty good shape here, I think. Again, winning on time's not my favorite, but whatever works. Yeah, I think he realizes now there's 0, like, game's over, so... Alrighty, well, we didn't win the most exciting of matches. In fact, I would say that one was pretty lame. So, apologize about that, but we did win. We'll go to round 2. Maybe it'll be better, and maybe we can get to the finals. This deck's not amazing, but yeah, we'll see.